Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to the session. I believe everybody is doing fine. And I think I'm audible and the video is clear to you all. Just let me quickly verify the same so that we can move ahead with this particular session. All right, so yes, the session is live. Let me also check the. All right, audio, video, both are perfectly fine. Correct? So chat box is open for you all. If you have any doubts, any queries, you may put that in the comment section. If you want to respond to the answers, then also you can do so. Correct? Now, in today's session, we are basically going to discuss all the important. Just a second. All right, I think I'm audible. Yes, there was some network issue. We have reconnected. Now things are fine. So in this particular session, we are basically going to discuss the current affair compilation for the third week of August. All right. All the current affair updates starting from I think 17th to 23rd, 24th of August, we are going to discuss in this particular lecture. Although yesterday's current affair, all of those are not included here. Most of the current affair are limited till 23rd. 24th to 31st, we will be combining them in the fourth week current affair compilation. Correct? So let us start with the session. If you are not already associated or if you have not already joined our Telegram community, try to join it as early as possible. You can scan this QR code also. I'll quickly let me disappear from the screen so that you can scan it completely. So yes, you can scan this QR code to join the Telegram community, or you can also use the name of the channel, that is Banking G and Current Affairs Oliveboard, to be part of this particular Telegram community. It is an open community, so various aspirants of various examination, everybody can engage with each other and help each other out. Correct? You can also ask your queries from me. I'm also that there in this particular group. Correct? All the notification vacancies of all the examinations are uploaded firstly on this particular channel. Apart from that, the video notification also reaches here first. All of you, specifically those who are interested in preparing for the upcoming banking examination, who are going to give the attempt, if you want one stop solution, correct, for all the examination, because the season has started now, one after the other there will be a multiple examination. Correct? There are certain LBO examination which do not want any type of uh, professional, you can say, background or any type of experience. For example, IOB LBO, it was recently released. It is not asking any single, you can say, professional experience. You know? Plus SBI clerk, PO, IBPS clerk, PO, all these examinations, they are all scheduled now. In the next 5 to 6 months, multiple examinations are going to happen. So if you do not want the burden to specifically enroll in each of these separate batches, the best thing is that you can join this Banking Super Elite program, which give you the access to all the courses in both the languages, bilingual also and English also, with all the test, live classes, all the content, current affair compilation magazine. And apart from that, we would also now get what we call as the Banking Super Practice Kit, where you can select a particular subject, then you can select your particular topic. After that, you can select the level at which you want to practice: beginner level, advanced level, previous year question, revision sessions, or PO level, clerk level, whatever level you are basically trying to solve, they are present. The first question, let's move to the questions now. First question is asking, what is India's target for total installed non-fossil fuel power capacity by year 2030 according to the climate commitments? Correct? So this is basically framed from a question. Recently there was an update that India has finally crossed 300 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel based power, correct, capacity. All right. The actual power is standing currently at around 300.5 gigawatt. So in that regard, that it was in news that India has achieved its 60% of the 2030 target. So what will be the 2030 target? 2030 target is 500 gigawatt, as simple as that. Correct? Next question is a follow-up question. Which single energy source hold the largest individual share in India's total installed non-fossil fuel power capacity. Out of these five, is it wind, large and small hydro, nuclear, solar, or biopower? Correct answer is that solar power is the highest contributor. Correct? See, I'll give you a rough estimate, approximate number for all the kinds of non-fossil fuel sources according to the latest data. Correct? So, see, firstly, the non-conventional or the non-fossil fuel based energy sources can be divided into two categories. One that is renewable energy, and those which are non-conventional, non-fossil, but they are not a renewable energy, non-renewable energy. Correct? So in the renewable energy, you have all this solar is also there. Apart from that, wind is also there, hydro is also there, biomass is also there. Correct? Geothermal we are currently not accounting for. Why? Because geothermal project is basically ongoing. It is not operational yet in the Puga Valley region of Ladakh. Correct? So it is in the incipient stages, very early stages. So let's not talk about that geothermal as of now. Correct? Renewable energy के अंदर में these are the primary sources. Non-renewable energy, which is also a non-fossil fuel, non-conventional source, includes nuclear energy. So if we see the exact number according to the latest data, solar is approximately sitting at 165 gigawatt. Wind is sitting at nearly 58 gigawatt, approximately 58 gigawatt. Hydro is also sitting at around 57 gigawatt. And this biomass is sitting at approximately 11 point something. We can estimate the number, approximate the number to be around 12 gigawatt. Nuclear is at about 8.76 or 8.78. We can approximate the number to be around 8.8 gigawatt. So that is India's total portfolio. Total included 300.05 gigawatt is our, 300.5 gigawatt is our capacity as of beginning of August first week 2026. Correct? In the category of solar, we are definitely at the third number. In the overall renewable energy, I have explained, we are at the third number. In the category of wind, we are at the fourth number. Correct? In most of the list, in fact, in every list, China and US are basically at the first and the second position respectively. Now in wind ke andar mein third, India is since on the fourth number. So which country is at the third number? Germany is at the fourth number because it is having plus 10 gigawatt as compared to India. Okay? It is having 10 gigawatt more potential and capacity currently as compared to India. India is having nearly 58, 59 gigawatt. They are having nearly 69 gigawatt. So they are having 10 to 11 gigawatt extra as compared to India. All right. As far as the total renewable energy capacity is concerned, current number of China is standing at around over 2400 gigawatt and US is around 485 gigawatt. Acha, these numbers do not include the nuclear potential of the both the countries, correct? So if you include that, then China will be definitely around 22450 or 2500 and US will be also definitely above 500 gigawatt, correct? So that was in news, something that you should be aware about. All right. India has agreed in front of the UNFCCC about the Panchamrit Protocol. Panchamrit Protocol. Correct? This is a framework where we have accepted that we'll be trying to reduce the carbon emission. By 2070, we are going to be net zero as far as the carbon neutrality is concerned. Correct? 50% of our total energy, we have to get it from the renewable sources by 2030 that we have already achieved in this year, 2026. Correct? And 500 gigawatt is our overall target for 2030. So these are the ambitious target. We are moving very efficiently on these track. Correct? So let us move ahead to the next. So the data that I have shared with you, it is also present here in the solution sheet. Third question is asking us, what rank does India hold globally in terms of total installed renewable energy capacity according to the official IRENA renewable capacity statistics report? So I've already mentioned that the rank is third, correct? According to the IRENA. What is IRENA? IRENA is International Renewable Energy Agency, correct? And its foundation day is celebrated on 26th of January when India has its Republic Day, correct? And that is why the Renewable Energy Day is also celebrated on the same day, that is 26th of January. Recently, America has left or withdrew itself from a lot of organization, institutions and alliances, including IRENA and the International Solar Alliance, that is ISA. So the background information also you should have about these things, correct? Moving ahead, question number 4 is asking which union ministry issued the notification declaring heat wave and lightnings as notified natural calamities? I hope you are aware about the natural calamities, correct? See, till now, under the Disaster Management Act of 2005, as notified by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, there were 12 notified natural calamities. There were 12 notified natural calamities. Now, India has added, the MHA has added lightning and heat wave also. So, the total number has become 14 under the DMA Act of 2005. Correct? What does it mean? Why it is important for us? See, earlier, the 15th Commission also considered about inclusion of these two in the notified natural calamity, but they did not approve it. They were against the incorporation of lightning and heat wave in the natural calamity category. But the 16th Commission finally gave the green light for including these two in the natural calamity category. What is the benefit of being included? See, till now, both of these heat waves and lightnings were categorized as local disasters or local calamities. Local disasters or local calamities, correct? But the statistics were very different. The statistics were very different. The statistics were showing that around 2000 to 2500 deaths in India happen every year due to lightning as a common cause. Lightning as a common cause, which is approximately 35% more than any other natural calamity or natural disaster. So lightning is a very primary source, and also heat wave, although the magnitude of fatalities is not that high as compared to the lightning, but in the northern plains area, the Haryana belt, the Bundelkhand belt, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, a lot of these north and northwestern areas, heat wave, specifically during the month of May and June, is a serious concern. Correct? And there was no proper funding, you can say, from the side of state disaster relief and from the national disaster relief. Correct? Why so? Because under the DMA of 2005, Disaster Management Act of 2005, the SDRF, that the State Disaster Response Fund or Relief Fund, है ना, can only give 10% to a local disaster, for a local disaster, correct? But for a natural calamity, entire 100% can be utilized. Entire 100% can be utilized. So by moving heat waves and lightning into the notified category, we have unlocked this particular fund, correct? Apart from that, the assistance for the from the NDRF was also not available for the local disaster. By notifying them under the natural calamities, we have also put this particular thing on. This particular category is also now on. So it will become more easier. I hope the news is clear. Question was asking which union ministry. I've already mentioned MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, was the right answer. Moving ahead, question number 5 is asking us under the new 26-23 framework, how much percentage of state disaster response fund can states now access for relief measure against heat wave and lightning? I have already discussed that here in this particular we have already discussed entire 100% can now be utilized, correct? So the right answer will be E, that is 100%. Moving to the question number 6, which international body placed hydrochlorothiazide, voriconazole and tacrolimus in group 1 carcinogenic to human? So there is a specific research agency of WHO. Okay, WHO has not put these medicine into the this carcinogenic category. There is a specific research agency of WHO, which is the correct answer. Any of these is the name of that particular research agency. है ना? They have said that these three drugs, this one is used basically for hypertension, high blood pressure, hypertension, and also edema related issue. Correct? Swelling skin due to water retention. Voriconazole is basically used for fungal infections, etc. Correct? And tacrolimus is basically utilized for the organ, it is used against organ rejection. when there is basically a transplant which is happening. So the research has highlighted that all these three medicine are in group 1 carcinogen. What does it mean? They are more prone of causing cancer in the human population. Red meat is also in group 1 carcinogen. Alcohol is also in group 1 carcinogen. Compared to if a person is consuming these two things, red meat or alcohol, they are more usually consuming it every week or every month, correct? Compared to that, the medicines are not readily or used on a chronic basis, or every week, every single day. So it is not an immediate threat, but they are having the properties which are carcinogenic to human in nature, and that is why there has to be a more stricter, closer surveillance. They have not been deregulated, they have not been banned, they are currently also essential medicine, they continue to be essential medicine, just that regulations are going to be more stricter, and the you can say supervision will be more tighter. Now coming to the what question was asking, which research agency of WHO has put them into this group 1 carcinogenic category? Answer is IARC, International Agency of Research on Cancer, correct? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, लेट्स मूव अहेड. Question number 7 is asking, what therapeutic application is the essential pharma drug hydrochlorothiazide primarily prescribed for? I've already mentioned that in the previous slide. This particular drug is used in hypertension and edema related issues, correct? So the right answer will be first line treatment for essential hypertension and edema. B is the right answer here for this particular question, correct? Moving ahead to question number 8, which dedicated number series has the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India introduced specifically for utility, which includes power, which includes gas, which includes water, correct? And courier logistics service call. So whenever you are receiving a particular call, correct, service transaction related call, promotional call, there is a 3 or 4 digit number in the beginning. So usually the 140 number, it appears when there is a promotional call, correct? Sales related calls, all right? All these type of calls, all right? 1600 number, it usually appear when it is a BFSI related call, all right? Banking companies or banking institutions. Apart from that, from IRDI related calls and SMSs, insurance regulatory SMSs, etc., and SEBI related. So 10600 was for that. Now TRI has introduced a new number series, that is 1601, and this will be applicable for the utility providers, power companies like the DISCOM companies, correct? And the gas provider, whether it is Indian, whether it is Indraprasth, or whether it is any other, and the water and the municipal power companies. Apart from that, courier logistics service calls and messages will also come from this particular number. So the correct answer is 1601. It has been approved by TRI, and the entire process will roll out within a time period of 9 months, correct? Currently, all the companies are already having certain numbers, and they are either using the 1600 or some other number. So they will be migrated to this new series number within next 9 months. Only the registered and verified player. It is not that anybody can get this particular new number series, all right, using a fake company ID, etc. So that is also important. Acha, which particular body is responsible for this? DOT, Department of Telecommunication, under the Ministry of Communication. This also you have to keep in mind. Question number 9 is asking us, which 135-year-old British era legislation was repealed and replaced by the Parliament through the Bankers Book Evidence Bill 26. This Bankers Book Evidence Bill 2026 was recently introduced in the Parliament by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji, correct? And this basically repealed a very old 135-year-old colonial law of 1891, which is what? The Bankers Book Evidence Act of 1891, correct? What is this bill all about? Now it has become an act after getting passed from the acceptance from the parliament. So what is the primary purpose of this particular book? See, 1891 में there were no NBFCs company, there were no payments bank, there were no fintech companies, correct? They were only commercial bank. So, and whatever documents, let's suppose there is a case related to financial or banking transaction. So if you proceed with the case in a court of law, all the manual and physical paper data was required by the court of law. And who has to carry this? the bank will designate a particular employee. The bank staff will be carrying the bulk load of these physical document and physical paper to the court of law. Correct? Because they have to verify that this is the true data, it is not forged data, etc. So they have to be physically present. Under the new Banker Book Evidence Act, which has been now been passed by the parliament, what is happening? Even the digital record, etc., transaction detail, even UPI transaction memos, digital memos are being accepted as a evidence. Earlier, only the physical copies were accepted. Now, even these digital records will be accepted in the court of law. Secondly, now the bank staff is not required to be physically present in the court of law. They can e-verify. These digital evidences can be e-verified, है ना, without the requirement of physical presence. So that is also one of the thing. Thirdly, the coverage of the 1891 law was mostly for the commercial banks, for the scheduled commercial bank. But this particular new act is applicable on the commercial bank, the new age fintech companies, NBFCs, and the payment apps, etc. Okay, which were not in existence during 1891. So that is what is supposedly being changed. I hope it's clear to you all. Question number 10. In which railway division of the Northeastern Railway was Kavach 4.0 recently cleared for a 660-kilometer stretch route? All right. I hope you are aware with Kavach 4.0. It is anti-train collision system. Okay? Or you can also say train collision avoidance. It was earlier called as train collision avoidance system. It basically prevents the trains from meeting accidents, etc. Correct? So the fourth and the latest, you can say, version or upgraded version, more efficient version, has now been incorporated on a 660-kilometer route in the NER region. And which particular railway zone was it? It was the Izzat Nagar division of the NER division. Izzat Nagar division of the NER zone, Northeast Railway zone, where it has been incorporated. Correct? It is having a lot of feature, advanced feature, which the earlier 3.2 version was not seemingly having. Right? Moving ahead, question number 11. Which institution is responsible for the design and standardization of the Kavach automatic train protection system? So the RDSO, which is based in the Lucknow, capital of Uttar Pradesh, it is responsible for designing and standardization of the Kavach automatic train protection system. RDSO stands for Research, Design and Standards Organization. Correct? All right. Moving ahead, question number 12. Who set the Guinness World Record for becoming the youngest male professor after joining this particular Miami-Dade college at the age of almost 19 years? So Nathan Thomas has become the youngest male professor. He has broken 300 plus year old record. Correct? 300 plus year old record, which was held by Colin McLaren. Okay, past record was held by this particular guy, and he was the youngest person earlier in the 18th century who became professor at the age of 19 year. Now Nathan Jonas has become the professor at the 18 year 346, yani ki 3 weeks earlier than him. So this long term 300 years plus record has finally now been broken. Right? Moving ahead. Question number 13. Where was the GI recognized Makhana source from for its 18 metric ton sea consignment export to Australia? So in Bihar, there is a particular region which is called as Mithila, or it is also called as Mithilanchal. If there is somebody from that region, you can comment that here. And I hope most of the people here in this particular session, they might be from northeast or southern part of India, correct? But still, if there is somebody from Bihar, they can mention it, specifically if you are from this particular region. So in Bihar, there is this particular region called as Mithila, which includes places like Madhubani, है ना? It include places like Sitamarhi, as some of my students have mentioned in the morning session, and Darbhanga also. Darbhanga also. Correct? There is also Saharsa and a lot of other places are also in this Mithila belt. So one of this district, that is Darbhanga, there is a particular community which is called as Furi community or Pori community. Correct? The caste name for this community is Mallah. They are called as the Mallah fishermen. And they are associated with traditionally roasting of the gorgon seed and converting it to the makhana. What is makhana? Makhana, basically, the word is used in Hindi belts. Uh, Rajasthan, Delhi NCR, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, these areas, Delhi NCR, correct? It is English called as fox nuts. There is another name, it is called as lotus seeds as well, correct? So, first consignment of this GI recognized makhana from the Darbhanga region, which is handled by this Malla community or the Fori community, has been exported to which place? Australia, correct? So the news is about that. Now question is asking from where it has been sourced. It has been sourced from the Darbhanga district, which is from the Mithila belt of Bihar. Mithila belt of Bihar. What is the size of the consignment? 18 metric ton is the size of the consignment. Size of the consignment. Correct? Moving ahead, question number 14. What is the name of the traditional artisan community in Mithila possessing inherited manual skills of roasting and popping raw gorgon seeds into makhana? I've already mentioned this here in the previous slide. Fori or Furi community is the correct answer. Correct? Furi community is the right answer for this. All right. Moving ahead. Tripura exported its first 1 metric ton consignment of organic mustard honey through the APEDA to which international destination? It has been exported to Dubai, UAE. There is hardly any other thing to explain here. This organic mustard honey is unique. Why? There are two reasons. Firstly, it is having a creamy texture. So that is why it is also called as creamy honey. A lot of other honey varieties, they are basically fused with emulsifiers or stabilizers or a lot of other additives to give it a creamy texture. But this organic mustard honey is already having this creamy consistency. So it is also called as creamy honey. Secondly, it is monofloral. Monofloral. It is obtained from a single source of brassica, that is mustard. Correct? No other nectar of only brassica is used in the production of this organic mustard honey. So it has been sent to Dubai and the size of the consignment is 1 metric ton. Facilitator is APEDA. Correct? Moving ahead, question number 16. Which digital portal serve as the official traceability platform under the National Beekeeping and Honey Mission to track honey from hive to retail? So this is basically a traceability platform. The correct answer of this is a traceability platform, which does what? When you are sourcing it from the source, correct, the farmers are cultivating it, harvesting it, and then it is being sent to a international destination retail market. So continuous tracking is mandatory to make it sure that there is no adulteration or no other issues, correct, fraudulency, etc., fake products being sold, है ना? So for that there is a portal which is called as Madhu Kranti portal. Madhu means honey, Kranti means revolution, correct? And this National Beekeeping and Honey Mission is also basically having a primary mandate to bring in India what is called as the sweet revolution. Sweet revolution, correct? Sweet revolution. Just like we had white revolution for milk by Varghese Kurian, this National Beekeeping and Honey Mission is promoting the sweet revolution, and it is trying to double the income of the people who are indulged into this apiculture or beekeeping, etc. These type of businesses. Next question is, under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, proposed CMVR, Central Motor Vehicle Rules or Regulation of 1989 amendment, how many years is the mandatory safety and fitness testing cycle for two-wheeled bike ambulances? So let us try to understand what is happening. The MORTH Ministry of Road Transport Highway, currently under Mr. Nitin Gadkari, is proposing a change or amendment in the Central Motor Vehicle Rules of 1989. Correct? He is saying that earlier four-wheelers or four-wheeler van were basically used as the ambulances. But the problem was they used to struck in traffic. So in the recent year, abroad in Europe and a lot of other places, the trend of two-wheeler ambulances has started. The same thing has came into in India as well. It has reached India as well. But since it is a new thing, there is no pre-existing rules, framework or regulation. Correct. So if you want to ensure the safety and proper regulation, the ministry is saying that we can add, it is proposal, it is not currently being done, that we should have certain basic check of the bike and the driver who is handling this two-wheeler ambulances. Correct. So he's saying, he's proposing a 2-year checks, mandatory safety and fitness test of the vehicle, which are going to be used for the purpose of a this two-wheel ambulances. And as part of the, there is a second proposal also. For this, the correct answer is 2-year. There is a second proposal also. And this second proposal of the MORTH is operationalization of a mechanism of vehicle to vehicle communication system. Correct. Which is unique, which is not based on cell towers, which is completely wireless, which is not based on internet as etc. So correct answer for this is direct wireless communication between nearby vehicles without internet or cell towers. What is the idea? Why this is being required? What happens? Let us suppose if there is a car which is heading in front, and 2 lanes ahead or 2 lanes before it, there is an ambulance which is struck, which is not seen in the rear view mirror. Correct. So basically, when the vehicles are nearby, there will be a communication, just like a walkie-talkie communication between the vehicles, and the person who is driving the vehicle ahead of the ambulance, he will get a notification, or he will basically get a information that there is a ambulance which is behind, so he can clear the pathway for the ambulance. Second use can be on national highways. Often there are accidents that happen. National highways pe already people are speeding at 80, 100, 120, 150, mostly insane speed. They get the good condition and they try to utilize it, but if, let's suppose, if one vehicle by over speeding, it overturned on flipped on the road, and there is an accident on the national highway, the other vehicles which are coming, they are at a very fast speed. So when they see that thing, and before they make the brake, emergency brake, etc., it will be very late already. Correct. They can also get in that accident unknowingly. So if there can be a communication between the vehicles, that a vehicle has met with an accident, or a vehicle is over speeding, or if a vehicle is coming with from a sharp or a blind turn in a very wrong way, so this communication without internet is going to save a lot of lives in both the cases, whether it is for ambulance or whether it is for this particular purpose. So that is the idea that MORTH is proposing. Although it is only in the proposal stage, it has not been actually mandated. Clear it? So with this, we come to the end of today's session, and all the questions, all the important updates are being done. Next, we'll meet again end of the week, 1st or 2nd of, I think, September, when we'll be having the session for 4th week current affair compilation. As I mentioned, the PDF of this session will be available on the Oliveboard application. So if you have not already downloaded the Oliveboard application, try to download the mobile application and try to move to the YouTube section. On the YouTube section, you will find the PDF of this particular session, which is usually available for next 7 days. Then it is replaced by another PDF. If you are part of the Telegram community, it is well and good. If you are not, try to scan this QR code, or you can also enter the name. Let me clear the screen so that you can do that. Yes, you can scan this QR code, or you can enter the name of the channel Banking, GA and Current Affairs Oliveboard to directly join it. Correct? All the latest vacancies information, updates, and the YouTube videos updates also are uploaded here on timely basis. And you can also interact with your fellow peer group member who are also preparing for the same group examination. Those who are willing to take part in the Banking Super Elite batches, which is one of the most premier and one-stop solution for all the banking examination. Basically, there are a lot of notification coming here and there throughout the year, and you keep on enrolling in them, one notification after the other. You end up overpaying. So the best way is enroll into one super elite batch, and you get access for all the banking one-day examination, even the insurance regulatory examination, insurance examination in one category, and in both the languages, Hindi also, English medium also, with a lot of test paper, mock test, previous year papers, live test, 4,000 plus live classes, entire study kit, and also the premier Bolt magazine. Correct? So thank you very much. We'll meet in the next session. Goodbye. Take care. Have a nice day. Signing off.